Hey guys, and welcome back. This is week 8 of our series of Hide His Word in Your Heart. Today's verse of the day is Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And May put up a video on her channel of this week's verse that was so beautiful. It was a quilted patchwork type page, which really inspired me. So I think I'm going to take my own spin on that, and here we go. First I went and got a 12 by 12 sheet of paper from my paper pack, and I tore it into 4 separate pieces to kind of give it a little bit more texture to my page. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these 4 pages down on my page. It's been so fun to go through all the photos and see everyone's artwork, and it is just so inspiring, and it gives me so many creative ideas. I can't wait to try out all the textures I'm seeing and everything. It's just so fun. Okay, I'm going to put this first piece down in this corner here. Make sure I got down all the way. Alright. Second piece. And I'm trying something a little bit different this week. I tried to do a lot of the prep work ahead of time, you know, to make the videos a little bit shorter and easier to follow along with. So hopefully this will be good for everybody. Cut this the right way. Okay. This page. Unfortunately, when I tore this paper, it left me with a white edge on a lot of my seams, so I'm kind of having to piece this to try and hide those. I wished I had some of the what's it called? Stamping edging in different colors. The only color I have right now is the vintage photo. So hopefully I can add to my collection, because it would have been beautiful to do these edges in a green or a blue this week. So I'll have to look into adding to my collection on those. I'm running low on glue too. Okay, let's get this last piece on. Which way do I want to go with this? Okay. So that just adds a little bit of texture to the page, a little something different, so that when you see it, it's not just a simple page of lettering. Alright, so the next step, as I said, I was really inspired by the page that she did. It was she took several pieces of paper and cut them in squares and placed them in almost in a quilt type pattern on her page, and I really liked that. So what I did was I went through my scrap pieces of paper, a lot of which I had used in other pages in my notebook, and I gathered all the colors that I thought went well with this background page that I have. And I just cut them into different shapes, sizes. It really didn't matter. I wasn't too uniform with this. I wanted it to look very pieced together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a border on the top and the bottom of my page. And then I also went in with the same scraps, and I cut out all my excuse me, all my lettering ahead of time. That I'm going to be placing onto my page. So as you can see, I have different letters in all the same corresponding colors that I'm doing the border in. So now we will just glue these on around the edges of my paper. You know what, I think I want to trim this down. I don't think I want it to be quite so long on my page. I'm going to trim this down and I can use this other piece as well. Trim some of these other pieces down too, make them not quite so large. And they don't have to go the same direction, they don't have to be the same style. I really wanted it to be just kind of pieced together. Okay. Some pink. I love all these pastels. It really makes me ready for springtime. Here in Texas, we've had some crazy weather. We always call it bipolar Texas weather because it'll be 70 one day and the next day it is snowing outside. And we recently had a snowstorm this week that we got about 3 or 4 inches, which is not much to, you know, many people that have a lot more snow than we get. But here it's a big deal. I mean, they shut down school and everything, so this page really makes me ready for spring. I am ready for it to be here. Ready to be over this cold weather. Ready for a little sunshine. But today, as I said, you know, the weather changes so frequently. Today was beautiful outside. It was sunny. We took our daughter to Six Flags for the first time today. And we had so much fun. And it was just perfect weather outside. Alright, we need something with a little blue in there, I think. Throw some of this on there. And there is no rhyme or reason to any of this. I just wanted to have a little pop of color in here. Let's do this piece here. Because as we put the lettering on, because they match this paper, it's really going to pop with some color in a little bit. What's this dark pink in here? Let's do this one here. Oh. And I may need to at the end go over this with Mod Podge to make sure all these edges seal down and nothing pops up over time. But I think for the most part it may stay down. Ooh, I love this paper. This paper has little music notes on it. Adds great texture to our page. Okay, so there is our top border done on our page. And I'm going to finish our bottom border and I will come back to you when I am done. Okay, now I have gotten our border complete on the top and bottom, and I am going to go ahead and start adding our letters for our verse. And as I said, I went ahead and pre-cut them just to save us on time and to make sure that this video wasn't forever long. So I'm just going to start placing these on. On the top here, I'm going to do, I can do and don't worry if it fades into the background now, because at the end I plan to go back in and detail these letters a little bit better with some outlining and make them pop a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to finish adding my letters and I will come back as soon as I get those on. Okay guys, I have applied all of the letters to my page. I also added these little boxes that I had found on another piece of scrapbook paper. It came in a little pad that had some cutouts, and I went in and cut those out to add some words inside so it wasn't just all of the scrapbook letters. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to trace around the letters a little bit, almost like it's doodling type letters. I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be exactly straight. So I'm just going to go in and add some texture to these letters to really make them pop. Now that I've gotten all of the letters outlined, I'm going to go into the boxes and add in the last few words that we need. And it is, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And it's Philippians 4:13. Okay, guys, there we have it. Week 8 says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week.